directly from the students of Airwaves Media. Bringing you news from Alma School District and our surrounding community. You're watching the Airedale.
Welcome to the Airedale. I'm Peyton C. Phillips.
And I'm Devin Reed. Today we'll be covering Month of the Military Child, scholarships, new books in the library, plus much, much more coming up on the Airedale. November is Month of the Military Child, a time to recognize and celebrate strength, resilience, and sacrifice from students from military families. Here's Raven Brantley with more.
November is National Military Family Month, a time to honor the strength, love, and sacrifice of families who stand behind our service members. While one person wears the uniform, the whole family serves in their own way, through long separations, constant moves, and endless support. Their courage and resilience keeps our military strong and our nation grateful.
Well, my mom's a veteran. And my father has been in the military for a very long time. Well, my father's the one that's normally deployed, and we normally do like video calls and stuff. When he comes home, it's normally after like a week or like a month or something. And when he comes home, it's normally a very happy and heartfelt moment.
This month we celebrate every military spouse, parent, and child for the quiet sacrifices they make every day.
That it's not as bad as it seems. Most people make it seem like your parents aren't around as a lot, but it's not as bad as it seems.
For Airwaves Media, this is Raven Brantley.
Scholarships are a key way into getting into college cheaper, but what do I need for them? Here's Devin Reed cashing us in on this topic.
Scholarships are a very important thing to have when you are going to college, such as to cut down the tuition costs and extra money in your pocket. But what are some of the things you need to have for a scholarship? Let's head to Ms. Shelton with this topic.
Okay, so one of the big things, juniors need to be working on their ACT score, and they need to be working on their GPA. Hopefully they've already got a good GPA and they need to maintain that. So that's the main things that they should be focusing on this year. Also in their Google Classroom for the class of 2027, there's anytime that a scholarship comes out that juniors can apply for, we'll post it in there. So that's the main ways to prep as a junior.
Does having community service hours help with getting scholarships?
It depends on the university. Now that Arkansas is going to start requiring community service hours, I don't know how many schools will be as involved in that. One big thing with community service that's always kind of been a big deal with scholarships is if it's a very specific project that a student undertook by themselves, like if they saw a need in the community like hunger and they found their own way to address that need and they were able to pull in different resources to basically take care of that need in their community, then that's always been something that's a bigger deal on scholarship applications than just going and maybe doing a trash pickup for an hour or serving in church nursery. So yeah, community service can be a big deal, but it just depends on the college and what they're looking for in their scholarship criteria.
Doesn't matter if you apply for in or out-of-state scholarships.
So students that are looking to maybe go out of state, but you're not sure like which one's going to be a better deal for you, what you want to do is apply for both. Now you can't really apply in-state, out-of-state until you're a senior, but there are certain scholarships that are provided through the lottery funding that we have that are only available for in-state schools. Plus, going out of state, you usually have to pay out-of-state tuition, which is roughly double in-state tuition. So it's always a good idea if you're thinking of going out of state to apply both ways just to see which one's going to be the better option for you.
This has been Devin Reed signing off with Airwaves Media. Between homework, tests, and everything else, high school is a lot. But some students are going the extra mile with college classes. Here's Jackson Bell to tell us more with this news story.
Here at Alma High School, we offer a variety of concurrent and AP classes, which can earn you college credit. We're able to offer these classes because of the Arkansas Access Act. Let Mr. Bean tell you more.
So I teach two college courses. I teach a concurrent college math course and a concurrent college algebra course.
These concurrent and AP classes are paid for by the state, but you need to score a 16 on the ACT to take these rigorous courses.
Any student that has an ACT score for math of a 19 or above, but also we are offering a new option through ATU with taking the AccuPlacer, and if they score a certain score on the AccuPlacer, that's also an opportunity to take the class, which is a little bit less, it's not as high stakes as the ACT. The time to take it is not as stringent, and so it's a little bit more easier test to take other than the ACT. Just another option. To go to college, then yes, I highly recommend that you take these courses because it's free college credit. Because I mean, for each semester, you're going to get 3 college credits if you pass the course, which ends up, if you actually have to pay that out of pocket, it's going to be thousands of dollars. And so you're getting 4 through the school. It's going to be free to you. You're getting the experience of a college rigor and college curriculum still at the high school setting. So it kind of helps you prepare for a college classroom and what is expected of a student at that level.
This was Jackson Belt for Airwaves Media.
Theater gives students a chance to build confidence and creativity both on stage and off stage. Here's Jamie Wolfter and Kylie Cook to tell us more.
Here at Alma High School, students can choose from many extracurricular activities, one of which being theater.
And you have to learn how to be able to talk in front of people and act in front, not your normal personality. It helps you get out of your comfort zone and helps connect with people that you wouldn't connect with.
Well, theater is on stage and you're acting, while technical theater is behind stage and you're building the sets and making the story come alive. It helps you get with crowds that you wouldn't normally get with and helps you with that.
As you can see, theater is just one of many extracurricular activities that students can choose from. However, is it more fun or is it more work? Let's find out.
No, it's really chill and really fun. I personally like it a lot because I think of it as a club. I put it down as one of my clubs. I think it's really fun. I personally like the people that I have the class with. We get along very well and you get to learn a lot of new stuff that a lot of people probably don't know.
What a great performance. Surely theater is a really fun activity, and I'm sure those who join next year will have a great time. This is Kylie Cook and Jamie Wolfter with Airwaves Media, signing off.
There's always some sort of new books in the Alma Library. But what happens when it's done? Let's turn the page over to Peyton C. Phillips with this story.
One of the oldest places within Alma High School is the school library, home to hundreds upon hundreds to thousands of books in a single place. These books keep on adding up with their newest, latest, and hottest arrivals on shelves now. But what exactly is the process behind ordering these books? What's the most popular genres or books that are currently in high demand? And how often do these books start filing in?
We are able to really keep a steady stream of new books coming into the library. We are given a very nice budget, and we're so grateful for that. We are able to place really large orders at the beginning of the year and in the middle of the year, but then throughout the year we take a lot of student requests and place smaller orders. So we typically have new books coming in every other week or so. It's really fun getting to order new books. We use a few different processes. One is I consult with publications called School Library Journal, Book List, that tell librarians what books are new and that they've been rated and reviewed and they've been read by many people and they've been recommended for certain age groups and certain schools. So that's one way that we do it, and that's a really big way that we do it. We also take, of course, student requests and check those and make sure that they're, appropriate for the situation or the setting. And then we also do see what's trending. We look on Book Talk, we look on Instagram, and then just go to the different publishers' websites and see what's new and what's being released. It's interesting to see the trends, and they change and they're fluid, but then they always come back around again. So, you'll have like sci-fi, fantasy, dystopian romance is just still huge, and it changes. So sometimes it'll be maybe featuring dragons, and then sometimes it might feature, a dystopian society, and then the different relationship type books. Those trend really heavily on Book Talk. So romance novels, featuring really diverse characters and different types of people and relationships. That seems to be pretty popular. And then murder mysteries, true crime, that's a big one also that we see.
The library is a place where books are constantly flooding onto shelves. Make sure you visit the library to pick up one of these new texts. This has been Peyton C. Phillips for Airwaves Media, checking out this story. With the clocks rolling back, you might be feeling a little off. And you're not alone. Here's Carver Rushing with a little more on this topic.
This past weekend, clocks rolled back an hour as daylight saving time came to an end. At first, the extra hour of sleep might have felt great, but for many people, the time change can throw off their daily or nightly routine. Experts say it can take a few days for our bodies to adjust to the new schedule. The sudden change in daylight can affect people's mood, energy, and how well they sleep at night. Here's Miss Anissa Fort with more on this.
Like I said, the science behind it proves that it affects people who are depressed. It affects our circadian rhythm, causes us to be more moody, and it can also lead to health issues. There's also been studies that have proven, like the week after it, up until the week and everyone's adjusted, there's more car crashes because some people aren't used to driving at night, or they don't have their focus. It leads to more heart issues. And so, yeah, I don't think it should change. We need as much sun as we could possibly get.
When the sun sets earlier, it can make mornings feel brighter and evenings a lot darker. Some people say they feel more tired or less motivated after the fallback.
So the time change actually affects our circadian rhythm, which is our entire sleep cycle. So when we actually add that hour, even though everybody's like, ooh, I get more sleep, it messes up that rhythm. And so it does affect their alertness, your ability to focus. It doesn't usually last like for a long time, but within 1 to 2 weeks, it resolves itself. But it affects students and adults' ability to stay focused.
So even though we gained an hour, it may take more than that to feel fully caught up. This was Carver Rushing with Airwaves Media.
Hunting is a fun sport, but it's remembered to be safe. Here's Jay in Canada scouting out some new safety tricks.
Hunting is a sport, and just with any sport, there's rules and regulations set foot for safety.
After January 1st, 1969, you have to have a hunter's education course.
Here's a small list for the utilities you'll need for safety.
There's nothing wrong with having a small, cheap, first aid kit, and then safety straps and things of that nature are beyond important.
The weather you'll need to avoid during hunting.
There was a storm front coming in and you could hear thunder off in the distance and it was time to stop hunting.
Some extra advice from Mr. Powell.
The biggest thing is you have to know what's going on with other hunters because accidents are what they are. They're not meant to happen and they just happen.
This is Jared Canada from Airwaves Media.
Vaping is a major problem among high school students. Here's Nate Lyon to talk about it.
One of the problems in our school district is the vaping of students. The use of vaping has grown in the past years in the school district. Here's Mr. Thomas to talk about it.
So there are actually several different ways we typically find out. One is usually by word of mouth. A student will come tell us, or they'll tell a teacher, the teacher will tell us, and that gives us reasonable suspicion of the event. We also have vape detectors that when someone vapes, it'll go off and tell us a general area. And if that happens, then we use our security cameras and we will go and match up the times to see who's in what area. Vaping, not a great thing. When you look at vapes, there's not a lot of medical research yet, but there is some stuff where it can lead to what's called popcorn lung, where it makes the alveoli in your lungs look like popcorn kernels.
Vaping has many bad effects on the body, which hasn't been fully researched yet, so don't vape. This has been Nate Lyon of Airways Media.
November is Diabetes Awareness Month, and it's a great time to learn about how this condition affects millions of people. Here's Drew Rutherford with all the information.
November is National Diabetes Awareness Month, a time dedicated to raising awareness about one of the most common and often misunderstood chronic diseases in America. Here's Ms. Wilkes to explain more.
There's type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is where your pancreas doesn't work at all to produce insulin, and so those people are insulin dependent via injection. And then there's also type 2 where I guess basically your pancreas works a little bit but not well, so it produces some insulin. Some people are able to manage that with like oral medications, diet and exercise, but that can also get to a point where you need to manage that with insulin as well. So those are kind of the two different types.
More than 38 million Americans are living with diabetes, and many don't even know it. Type 1 is an autoimmune condition where the body doesn't make insulin. Type 2 is the most common type, which develops from lifestyle and genetic factors.
Definitely very dangerous. You can lose your life over it if you don't take it serious, whether that's from low blood sugar, letting it get to a point where it's so low that you pass out, or on the other end, high blood sugar, where you can also go into DKA, coma, so definitely very serious.
Awareness saves lives, and healthy habits today can prevent health problems tomorrow. Regular exercise, healthy eating, and routine checkups can make a big difference. Even losing a small amount of weight, about 5 to 10% of your body weight, can lower your risk for type 2 diabetes. This is Joe Rutherford with Airways Media.
Tornado drills might just feel like another routine at school, but there's a real reason behind all that practice. Abram Allen explains how these drills prepare students and staff for the real thing.
While it may seem unlikely that a fire would happen in this weather, it's actually more possible due to increased usage of heating equipment around the building. So here's Brian Kirkendall with a refresher on what to do and what not to do.
The most important, there are two really important ideas behind a fire evacuation or a fire drill. Number one is to make sure you know what the alarm sounds like and you know where to go. Number two is to, if the alarm does go off, that you're always waiting for an announcement. You don't just get up and leave your seat. We do that for safety reasons, because it may not be an actual reason for you to leave a seat. It may be an inadvertent. Sometimes there could be something that set that off. That we have a panel in the office that tells us exactly what alarm is sounding, what time it was, if it was pulled or if it was a sensor, and so we can kind of determine from that point if it's legitimately, that we legitimately need to exit the building. So the key, always wait for an announcement.
A fire is always possible at any time of the year, so a refresher is always healthy. This has been Abram Allen with Airways Media.
The school is getting ready to cut loose, foot loose, that's it. The cast crew is working hard to prepare the big performance. Connor George and Jackson Lloyd give us the big behind-the-scenes look.
Airedale theater season is right around the corner. That means new productions are on the way. This year's musical is called Footloose. Here's Mr. Hobson with Airedale Theater to tell us more about this year's musical.
This is a story and a movie that's been around since the 80s. People know the music, they know the dances, and so we just wanted to bring that back.
So why was Footloose chosen to be this year's musical?
We wanted to do something that was iconic, something that the community would recognize, and we thought it would be a popular choice for not only students but especially for the community, and just give something for the people to get excited about.
Showings for Footloose will be on December 4th, 6th, and 7th, and also hosted to other schools around the area as well as Alma Middle School and Alma High School.
Alma High School is home to a driven and creative TSA group where students turn big ideas into reality. Here's Robin Garrettson and Timothy Turner hands-on with this topic.
Looking for opportunities to enrich your time here at Alma? Enlighten yourself to the wonders and the curiosities of the STEM pathway? Maybe even sharpen your leadership skills while you're at it? Well, here's a few words from Mrs. Parker on TSA.
TSA is a career technical student organization for students who are interested in going into the science and engineering fields. TSA stands for Technology Student Association. We can showcase in various different competitions where students can work either by themselves or with a team, and then they get to showcase that to a judge. And they can compete at the state level and at the national level. There are over 30 different categories. There are dragster design, architecture design, problem solving, video game design. There's even fashion design, children's stories, and board game design. So there's a competition for anybody. A student who places at the state level will receive a medal, and then some of the categories are the top 3 in the state can go on to the national competition.
Now that we've heard from Mrs. Parker, let's see the matter from a student perspective. Here's Brenna Morris with her thoughts on TSA.
As a TSA student, I have been offered various opportunities. I am currently serving as the state president for Arkansas, which was offered to me because I'm a student in TSA. I get the chance to compete in all the competitions that I want, and I get the chance to run for and potentially lead the state TSA. So a wide variety of opportunities depending on how involved you want to be. Last year, I competed in audio podcasting, engineering design, webmaster. I've competed in children's story. I've competed in essay writing. I do something different every year, and it's really fun because you don't have to stick with one thing. It has given me so many connections, not only with other adults that can help in the future, but with other students like myself who enjoy the same things, which can grow friendships, and it's just a great experience all around.
As you've seen, TSA is a wonderful opportunity to build your skills, hone your skills, not just as a student, but as a leader. This has been Robin G. and Timothy T. from Airways Media.
From livestock to leadership, FFA members do a little bit of everything. Here's Cole Neba and Hudson Sutherland to have more of what FFA has been up to with this season.
FFA is an organization that started with students involved in production agriculture that now focuses on all types of agriculture.
FFA is an organization that is a part of the agriculture education class. It initially started with students that were directly involved in production agriculture, but over the years it's changed just to incorporate the diversity of the agriculture industry. At one point, FFA stood for Future Farmers of America, but to include more than just production agriculture and farmers and ranchers, it now just stands for the National FFA organization.
FFA has many different competitions that involve testing students' agricultural leadership skills and mechanical skills.
Yeah, in FFA we have several different competitions. They mainly fit into two categories. We have leadership development events that are really traditionally public speaking. Then we have career development events that are more towards the technical skills that students learn.
FFA prepares students to be better leaders and also prepares them for their future careers.
I think that it's an organization that allows each student to develop as a whole person. So not only are we preparing them to be better leaders through public speaking and our leadership development events, but we're also preparing them for their future career. They can gain technical skills in agriculture education areas.
FFA helps students find where they belong and helps them find what they're passionate about.
I think that I went into FFA in 9th grade as a really unsure and not confident student, somebody that didn't really have my place. And then through FFA, I found my people and I found what I was really passionate about. And it gave me the opportunity to find a place that I belong.
This is Cole Neba and Hudson Sutherland with Airways Media.
Alma High School dancers are taking the stage at this state competition, ready to shine and show off their hard work. Here's Layla Bartlett bringing you all the highlights.
As the state dance competition draws near, excitement is growing among Alma High School varsity dancers. Coach Murray is busy preparing her team for this important event.
So there's 4 different styles that you can compete in. There's pom and jazz and hip hop and kick, and you have to compete in 3 styles for state. So we don't compete kick anymore. We used to, but we don't anymore because we had to drop one. So we do jazz and then hip hop and then pom are the 3 styles that we compete.
The seniors in their last year have a goal to qualify for nationals. Let's see if they can keep up with this goal.
I'm most excited to see the student section and how everyone is going to dress up for our pom theme.
This year I'm very excited to see how this team performs at state because I know that we've been working so hard and I know that we all really want to have the state championship, and I'm just excited to see how we all come together and perform in the arena.
This is Layla Bartlett with Airwaves Media.
Get ready for Teen Time at the Alma Public Library. It's a cozy spot to relax, create, and connect with friends after school. Here's Bentley Allen and Kyle Russell with more in this fun but educational hangout.
Looking for something to do after school? Try Tuesday Teen Time every Tuesday at the Alma Public Library at 3:30 p.m.
We do Teen Time every single Tuesday after school. It consists of a variety of things. So far this month of October, we have done Pickle CSI. We have also, right now, they're doing Halloween terrariums. We did a name brand taste test. So I had Great Value or other off brands of items that then we went ahead and got name brand, and I had the kids do a taste test challenge to see which one was which, and they guessed every single name brand correctly. I average about 22 kids every Tuesday.
There are a lot of activities at Teen Time. Now this is how we can benefit from it.
I think it brings kids who normally might not have the best place to go to after school, being just 2 blocks from the high school, allows you to walk down here, participate in a program that is usually fun. You can also meet new friends. You can try new foods. You can try new activities. Did I say make friends? Because that's what we do a lot of the time. The other thoughts that I have about it are that being the youth services librarian, it warms my heart to see all of the kids that do come down and participate in it. And then Every year I have seniors that of course graduate out, and then I have new freshmen that start coming in. It's open to all children that are 13 and above, again because it's team time.
Here are some of the next activities that will be at team time.
The first one is on the 4th, and we're going to make dinosaur eyes using clay and beautiful eye marbles. And then we are closed on the 11th, which is the following Tuesday, and the next Tuesday we'll do break-in bags, which we've done before. So yeah.
This is Bentley Allen and Kyle Russell on Airwaves Media.
Recently, the Boo-tastic Boo Fest was right in front of our AHS. Here's Kaylee Cox and Skylar Foster to talk about it.
Into this month of October, we are coming around to our yearly Halloween Boo Fest.
Now let's go get some information about Boo Fest from Mr. Kelly.
Boo Fest is a community event that the city of Alma sponsors. And so on Halloween night from 6 to 8 p.m., there's going to be all kinds of different vendors and games and community events that are going on downtown.
And why is Boo Fest such a good thing?
This just gives families in the community a chance to come through and do their Halloween festivity stuff.
Boo Fest is an amazingly fun option for Halloween night from 6 to 8 p.m. This is Kaylee Cox and Skylar Foster with Airwaves Media.
Halloween may be over, but our Halloween spirits aren't. Here's Cade Sigler and Kristen Johnson and Karen Cockburn treating us with a new story on Halloween season.
Another spooky week at AHS as both students and faculty are full of Halloween spirit and fright. We spoke to some of these students to see how they brought the Halloween spirit.
I chose to dress up like a cowboy because it's not usual where I live. So since I'm discovering the country culture here and something that is not really part of my life where I usually be at, I wanted to simply dress up as one.
We asked students about their costumes, how they felt about their Halloween at AHS.
I chose it because my best friend was going to do it, and we were going to do a duo killer outfit from the first movie.
Halloween at AHS was a terrific time with both students and faculty bringing their own spin on Halloween, but this is just the beginning of the holiday season. This has been Cameron Cockburn and Caden Sigler of Airwaves.
And now for our last story of the day, where Simone, Sarah, and Selena take a quick look at what students would do in certain scenarios.
Today, we're taking it to the halls of Alma High School, where students get the mic and we get the real answers. 2 questions, quick takes, big thoughts. Let's see what they had to say. If you could put whatever you want on a billboard in the cafeteria for 24 hours, what would it be and why?
Say probably like Jesus loves you, because everyone needs that reminder.
I had a giant billboard in the cafeteria. I'd say your attitude starts to vibe, make it a good one.
I would put Jesus saves on it and then my testimony.
If you could switch position with whoever teacher you want, who would it be and why?
If I swap places with the teacher, I choose an athletic coach because they just have so much fun.
I would switch positions with Miss Patty because she does so much for our program and I just want to see what it's like to be in her shoes.
I would say like one of the science teachers, just to do like fun labs and be able to make my own science experiments with the kids.
From ball billboards to teacher trade-offs, Alma High students always keep it real. That's a wrap on this quick take.
Thanks for watching this episode of The Airedale, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and to make sure to follow all of our social medias at Airwaves Media. And as always,
go Airedales!